to clean up his racing. Let's move on to topic number 3. Take it away, Pat.
Yeah, topic number 3, track at Abu Dhabi. This is a newly sort of renovated track. They've had other races there before. They've had other events. They've had cycling, I believe, at this location as well in years past. So brand new track at Abu Dhabi, very different than Jeddah. This one has a lot of turns and a lot of different corners as compared to the 79% straightaways at Jeddah. So very interesting track to kind of finish the season off. Brendan, what do you expect out of this track, and what do you think? You know, which team do you think is in a better situation to take home this one?
First off, I love the update that they made to Yas Marina Circuit, which is the circuit that's taking place there in Abu Dhabi for this final round of the championship. It was a great track before, a night race. We all love night races. I mean, in the Middle East, they don't have many options. If you have a day race, the tires are just screaming because of the heat, and so it's a really tough race. It's a guaranteed 2-stop, which sometimes that might be better and more exciting, but I think if you have a day race in the heat, it's the drivers don't like it mainly. So these night races are exciting. There's more grip for the cars. These tracks are super fast here in the Middle East. And I'll tell you what, like I said, the track was amazing at Abu Dhabi before, but now it is a lot better. They have redesigned the track and changed it in 2 major areas to create more overtakes. And that's what we love seeing in Formula One. We love seeing wheel-to-wheel racing and overtakes at 200+ miles per hour. This track is now set up for that. They made a huge change in Sector 1 when you come over the top of the hill, and it used to be, I call it like a bus stop chicane, which you would have to go into a quick or slow speed left and a slow speed right that would then set you up into the hairpin. Now, they've now taken out that bus stop chicane, and when you come down the hill, you go down full gas, straight down, full board, leading into the hairpin. So now it's a race, it's a sprint down into the hairpin, which will be a heavy braking zone. We'll see a ton of overtakes there. We'll see a ton of battling going into that hairpin, which then goes on to a super back straight. This is showing it right here. This is going to be amazing. And like I said, that's right in Sector 1, leading into Sector 2, and it's going to be a great part of the track. Then, in the marina section of the track, there was also another basically bus stop chicane that was even slower, where it was so hard to pass, nearly impossible to get 2 cars through there at a time. So you had to make your passes before getting into that section and then pretty much hold off to even make an overtake until you got back into the straightaway on the finishing straight or into Sector 1. Nope. Now we're going to see some overtaking going into the marina, because now they've looped that into basically a hairpin loop as well. Not a tight one, not as tight as the one in Sector 1, but it's more of a looping section. So it should be a fast section where we'll get to see battling and overtaking going into the marina. That's all lit up. The hotel section, that's all lit up. One of the best parts of the track. You got the yachts. It's just a beautiful track. I'm really looking forward to it. And I think the track layout now is amazing for racing. I do think it now favors the Mercedes car, because the Mercedes car has that top-end speed, especially the top-end speed we just saw from Lewis Hamilton at Jeddah. Well, now with these straights leading into these hairpins, that Mercedes is going to be on edge. I think Lewis Hamilton is going to be pushing it as fast as he can go, and I do think it favors the Mercedes going in.
Yeah, it makes sense, too, with like you mentioned, how this particular track is going to kind of almost promote and entice more overtakes. That's exactly what you want in the final race of the season. You want to see a lot of drama heading into this last race, especially with what's going on to the 2 top drivers. But, also the other drivers who are involved, too. I'm almost kind of hoping that it's not Verstappen and Hamilton that are finishing the podium. I almost want to see them battle it out for like a 5th and 6th place finish or something like that. I don't know why. I just think that would be so interesting, because they're kind of grinding for a specific position because they're tied in points. I just think it would be really, really interesting to see them do it that way instead of being the top 2 guys. That's just me. Or like have it come down to like whoever can earn the fastest lap, because that gives you an extra point. That way too. I just think that would be really cool. But I got to imagine one of these guys is gonna earn a podium. But yeah, this new track just seems amazing. I don't know. I can't remember if you just talked about this, but they adjust the track so it goes under the hotel or under the high. It goes under something that I was reading, and it just sounds really cool. I'd love to check. There it is, right there. Yeah. Yep. It just sounds like it. The way that they renovated this, I love that. They're trying to tweak this and make this event even better, and that's what you're hoping for an F1. Even though this sport has been around for a long time, when they continue to tweak tracks, it's like when they go to the Masters in golf and they try to like move the tee box back a little bit, or they tighten the fairways or things like that. Very similar here to some of these tracks, and I think that this is the best way to do stuff like this, and especially with this being the last race of the season, they're doing a great job out there.
Yeah, no, they made a huge track adjustment going into that section in the marina section, which leads to right directly under the hotel. Yeah. Oh, beautiful racing that we're going to get to see through that section. It's an amazing track. And yeah, I think when you're looking at competitiveness and you have, competition meetings, people have been asking for a track layout and a track change. And now we finally got one, and it promotes faster racing and more overtakes. So I don't think anybody can complain about this. I think we're going to get an exciting race, and hopefully, like we're all hoping for, a clean, competitive race until the very end. But the thing about those two that you talked about, Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen this season, they've routinely been out driving everybody. It's been a two-horse race where they've been ahead of like the guy in third place sometimes by 20 or 30 seconds. Yeah. So I'm kind of expecting a two-horse race again, and we'll see hopefully a competitive, clean two-horse race. But let's move on tonight to topic number 4. The Bearcats and Bama are